Are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
Strap yourselves in for the Gaming Hub. With your hosts, Tyler.
You can't handle the truth!
Graham.
The force is strong in this way.
And Steven.
You cannot be serious!
Let's get started.
Alrighty then.
Hey everybody, and welcome into the Gaming Hub. This is episode number 120, and I'm your host Tyler, saying thanks so much for joining us. And as always, I'm joined by our two co-hosts. Let's start with Graham. Graham, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. This is my second week in a row now, so it's official. I'm back. As far as gaming goes, not too much has been happening because I've worked a lot of late days last week. And when I came home, I pretty much went outside and walked around for Pokemon Go. So I have been playing games, just not games on consoles and not sitting down. I've been walking around, putting a lot of kilometers on these feet, not going to lie, but still enjoying it. And they seem to keep updating it and stuff like that. And I learned a whole about like the community and meeting up for raids and stuff like that to make life easier. So I am enjoying it. Hopefully I'll get some console gaming in this weekend, because it is a long weekend for me. So kind of excited for that.
Yeah, it's a long weekend for us here in the States too. Just want to point out, like, you can do raids in Pokemon Go, but you can't be bothered to do raids in Destiny. Just saying.
Yes, true. And I did see they make the trailers look so interesting for the game, and then I'm like, no, I'm not gonna enjoy it. I'm not gonna do it.
And then you remember, right?
And then it all comes back to me.
Yeah, Graham had the least fun in that game of all of us. But let's say hi to Steven. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Had first week back of school and work, and I've recovered from my ear infection, so can't be too mad about that. It'll be a pretty busy semester, I think, but not too insane. Not like last year, I don't think. So I have played quite a few games. I played been playing a lot of Divinity Original Sin 2. It released yesterday, which was Friday the 31st. But I had it on Xbox, so I was able to play through like Act 1, which was like 20 hours of content. So I basically got up all the way to the start of Act 2 before the game actually came out. So I just started on Act 2, and I'm quite enjoying that game. It's super fun. And yeah, that's what I've been doing. Now on Madden, I've been playing a lot of Madden.
Yeah, I've been, playing Madden as well. And just before we started recording, I downloaded and fired up the Golf Club 2019. So, looking forward to getting into that. Might play some of that tonight. So, yeah, other than that, it's been kind of a crazy week, work schedule-wise. It's kind of hampered some of my game playing. We also had some storms roll through here this week, and I was out of power for 13 hours overnight one night. So, yeah, it kind of threw a wrench into some of that, but still got some games in, and it was a decent week overall. But speaking of Madden, everybody, we're going to be starting a Madden franchise next week, and I'll be sending out an email to everybody who signed up either today or tomorrow, Saturday or Sunday. And we'll get you all the information to get in and get signed up, and we'll kick off that league next week with week 1. We said we're going to roll in conjunction with the NFL season. So with the NFL starting next weekend, we'll get that league going. We're also going to have signups for an NHL tournament that'll be on Xbox One through EA Access. And we're going to take signups for that for about 10 days and then fire up that tournament leading into the launch of NHL 19, which I know Graham's looking forward to quite a bit.
Woo! I am.
I know. I still haven't decided yet. I know I'm going to get in and play it. I still haven't decided how excited I am. But, yeah, it'll be interesting. But I'm looking forward to doing this tournament for 18, so that'll be fun. And I know Steven's looking forward to it as well, right?
No comment.
Yeah, but it'll be a good time. So go ahead and sign up for that. And we're going to have lots of community plays as we head through the fall, and not just sports games. It just kind of worked out at the beginning to do a couple sports games, but we'll have shooters and other stuff involved too as we head through the fall and beyond that. So, all right. If you want to join the community and take part in any of these community events, best way to do that is to join our community, and you can do that by going to Facebook and looking up the Gaming Hub forums. Or you can go on to Twitch and look up TXH Gaming Hub there. From either one of those, and hit follow there. from either one of those, you can get a link to our Discord channel and join that. That's where probably the most conversation is, and all the information on the community plays and everything. We have designated channels for Madden and everything else we're going to do community plays for. So please join that. And we have a YouTube channel, the Gaming Hub Podcast on YouTube. Take a look at that. We're going to be putting out more and more content as time goes. And Twitter, at TXH Gaming Hub, to follow us there. And if you're a fan of the show, really want to help support us, like I said, we look forward to doing more and more and growing more here over the next months and years. You can do that as well on Twitch. If you are an Amazon Prime member, you get a free Twitch Prime sub to use every single month. And if you choose to use that on us, we'd really appreciate it. If not, use it on somebody. Help somebody grow, somebody that makes content that you really enjoy. So that's one way. We also have a Patreon page, patreon.com/gaminghub. And for as little as $2 a month, you can help support our community. And for as little as $5 a month, be entered to win a $60 game every single month when we do our patron giveaway, which is around the middle of the month. So we'll be doing one in the next couple weeks. So those are all the ways you can join the community and interact with us. Anything else, guys, before we jump into news this week?
No, I think you've covered all the ground.
All right. So as we head into news, there's a lot of stuff that's sort of conclusions of what we talked about last week. We talked about Battlefield 5 a little bit. We talked about this Project Washburn thing and some other stuff. So let's start with Battlefield 5. We talked about the sluggish pre-orders for it. We talked about, what's maybe causing that. Well, now we learned that the game's delayed till November 20th. And they're saying that it's to, give them more time to polish and stuff like that. Do you guys buy that? Steven, let's start with you. Do you buy that? Or is this just to get clear of Call of Duty and Red Dead?
It's to get clear of Call of Duty and Red Dead. I mean, they will use the extra time to polish, more than likely. I mean, why wouldn't they?
Sure.
But yeah, they should not have put the game to release when they did. Do you remember who set their release date first?
I think it was Battlefield, because Battlefield had the reveal for... Did they? No, I can't remember now.
Not quite sure. I think it was Battlefield, but I'm not sure.
No. Red Dead was first.
Oh, you mean
because
yeah.
They delayed. Remember they're supposed to come out in April, and they delayed until October 26th. I don't remember who did the live reveal first between Battlefield and Call of Duty. I watched both of them. I just don't remember who was first. I want to say Call of Duty was first.
I want to say it's Battlefield, but if it was Call of Duty, then EA was being dumb to begin with, putting their game in between those. And then, so they needed to move it back. I think it'll do better now, especially because there's quite a bit of breathing room between it. And there's really, what else is around Battlefield 5 now that...
Thanksgiving? That's really it.
Yeah, but no other games.
It's just Fallout, 8 days before it. So that's it. Or 6 days before it.
Yeah, so... Yeah, I think
really
it's to get clear of Red Dead.
And here's my thing. Tell me what you guys think. I don't think Fallout 76 and Battlefield 5 are competing games at all.
No.
I think there's two very different fan bases and types of players that play those types of games.
Yeah,
and sometimes you just change to the other one too. They're not competing. So I'm playing Fallout and say, I want to go do a first-person shooter. Well, then I'll jump in on Battlefield, right? Just to kind of balance it out. So basically, I have my shooter, I have my sports game, and then I have my kind of adventure or game that you put hours into.
Yep, and then your game of the year with Red Dead, right, Graham?
Yes.
Yeah.
That game.
So, I agree. It's not a situation where you're going to say I'm going to buy one or the other because they're so much alike, because they're really not.
Yeah.
So I think it's a safe move for them. I think it's absolutely the reason they're doing it, but they'll never admit it.
Mm-hmm.
They'll never say, well, it's not looking so good for us right now, so we're going to move to get ourselves some breathing room. Steven, do you think we'll see the pre-orders increase after this?
Yeah, but it's probably going to be slower. I feel like the people that wanted to pre-ordered Battlefield already, and it'll probably be the case where a month away, so into October, would be like, oh, Battlefield's coming out, maybe I'll get it, or I still feel like pre-orders are down for games that release like Battlefield and Call of Duty, where they're like yearly releases. Like people either know they're getting it or not, and there's not really an incentive, especially in Battlefield's case. I said it last week. Call of Duty at least had the betas and like Blackout, which was the new mode. So like people want to play that, so they're gonna get the beta. Or they're gonna pre-order because you get the beta access. But Battlefield was an open beta, and you know what you're getting with Battlefield. Every gameplay trailer made it seem exactly like Battlefield 1, like just improved upon, like nothing really that different. Yep. So it's like, I'll buy it or I won't, and I don't need to. Why do I need to pre-order it? Like,
well, here's another reason this is
day release.
Yeah, another reason this is kind of smart. This game now comes out 2 days before Thanksgiving. It comes out during a holiday week, and a lot of people are going to be out of school already by the 20th or out of work for the week or whatever. And hey, I've got plenty of free time. Let me get this game and jump in. Let me ask you this, though, Steven. How mad would you be if you buy this game on the 20th of November, full price, and then 2 days later on Black Friday, it's $40?
Well, I wouldn't buy it 2 days before. Right. I'd be mad if I did, but it won't happen. There's no way this game's going on sale on Black Friday because Call of Duty won't. So there's no reason to.
Yeah, that'd be insane.
No, actually, Call of Duty always does.
Do they?
They always do. Yep. Yeah, at Walmart every single year, it's $40.
Oh. Then
or 50,
I don't know.
One or the other. I don't remember. Either 40 or 50.
I have a hard time seeing them do that, because they would lose all the little tiny amount of respect people have for them. Like EA would lose it all. Like people would be in the streets, pitchforks and torches out, marching down.
And I'm joking because they're not going to do that anyway. But and plus we get the Black Friday ads like 2 weeks before it, so everybody's going to know, right, what's on sale. Yeah, they're not releasing that game 2 days prior to Thanksgiving and then marking it down for Black Friday. It's not going to happen. So that's just what it is. It might be part of like the whatever Xbox calls it, the 12 days of Christmas or whatever it is that they have, the Christmas sale.
Yeah,
but that's about all I could see, or like PlayStation's version of it. Like that might be a thing, but we'll have to see how early sales are. Because if early sales are sluggish, they will mark that thing down for those holiday sales, I think. But anything else on Battlefield, guys? We've talked about it a lot the last couple weeks.
We have, and like these games, when they showed it at E3, I got like so excited and pumped for it. I want to play it right away. And now it's like, okay, now you have to wait this many months. So I'm still excited to play it, but I'm not like, oh, I can't wait for it, because I'm like, I know it's coming, and I'll get excited when it's getting closer to the release date. Yeah. But I'm definitely will be getting it, and I will enjoy it. But I'm not like edge of my seat just dying for it.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I'm looking forward to this game. I'm definitely going to play it, and I'm sure I'll have a really good time with it. It's just not it doesn't break my heart to see it delayed.
Yeah.
There's so much other stuff coming out that I want, so. All right. Last week, we've talked in the last few weeks about this Project Washburn from Xbox. It's new hardware that we assumed we were going to see at Gamescom. We didn't. But then this week we got an announcement of the Elite controller and the Xbox One X getting a paint job and now becoming white. And I really hope, guys... Well, they also got an announcement of a new headset through Turtle Beach. That's also white. Guys, I really hope this isn't the hardware announcement they had. Please tell me it's not. Graham, tell me there's another unicorn somewhere.
I'd like to tell you that, but I'd be lying, because I think that's it. I think they just hyped it, and I don't know what they were thinking, that we were just going to just be so amazed by this, because you change it from a black console to a white console. Like, you've done this before. You went from white console to a black console. Like, you see PlayStation come out with these consoles. They're like, oh, they're coming out with Spider-Man or like not Fallout, but God of War. And they actually make it look like that's the game it came with. Like, it represents it. You get all excited, and you throw in a controller that goes with it. But, like, I see these bundles coming out from Xbox, and it's just the same console. It's just the game comes with it. So, I don't know. I don't know what their marketing idea is. Like, why can't they just make it look cool? Like, not just change the color. And I'm sure a lot more people would, because some people collect that kind of stuff. So you're not given any incentive to collect it by just changing from white to black or vice versa.
No, it's like their thing though. It's like,
It is.
okay, we're going to put out the console, and they go one way or the other, because the 360 came out white, and then a few years in, they're like, guess what? We have a black one now.
Yeah.
And they do that. So, I don't know. Like, Steve, were you pretty disappointed in this?
Yeah, I wasn't excited for the Elite V2 or whatever they were gonna call it, or rumored or whatever, to begin with. I heard rumors that it was delayed or they scrapped it altogether, coming out with the second Elite. So I really like, because we talked about it the shows that was just me and you, I think, Tyler, with the Elite controller. Like, what do we want to see? We even got questions like, what do you want to see from the next Elite controller? And we were like, well, we don't know, because I didn't buy it, and you had issues with yours, didn't you, Tyler? So I think they scrapped it, or they delayed it, and so they just gave us a new looking version that's supposedly going to have better thumbsticks, but yeah, not much more. And then an all white console, or it's not even all white. The bottom part's black, but the top part, the One X, is white. Mm-hmm. But the headset looks sweet, so I guess that's kind of cool.
Does. The headset does look cool.
But yeah, I agree with Graham. Like, Microsoft blows when it comes to creating like special edition consoles. Because the 360 had faceplates you could switch on and off, and I kind of like that. I never did it, but
I remember that now.
Because I was poor high school kid. I spent money on video games. Like, I didn't need the faceplates as much as I wanted them.
Right.
Yeah, $20 went towards video game. But now that I have some expendable money, and like I like switching in and out of consoles, or I would like the ability to change the look of my console. Like, I have the God of War PS4 Pro. I've almost, and I'm still on the fence about, maybe even buying the Kingdom Hearts one for the PS3.
Or PS4, you mean?
Or PS4, yeah.
That's what I was wondering. I'm like,
you knew what I meant. Quiet. The PS4 Pro Kingdom Hearts, because I'm a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. But Xbox does nothing like this. You get no special looking stuff. Like, the Sea of Thieves one was like limited edition. We just saw Shadow of the Tomb Raider one this week, also limited. Like, not limited edition, like just one. They made one console.
Yeah.
Has a bunch of like custom painted and extra doodads on it and stuff, and it looks cool. But it's like, why can't you kind of sell that? Make one that's, and you
don't even have to have one with all the attachments on it and stuff. Just do a paint job like that.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And people would buy it. And we were talking off air earlier in the week, guys, and we kind of were saying, like, the last cool custom console that Xbox did was the Star Wars one, where for the 360, where the console looked like R2-D2 and made the sounds like when you press the buttons and everything, and then the controller was gold like C-3PO.
Yeah.
That was like the last one.
Didn't they have a Gears of War console after that?
Oh yeah, they did. You're
but
right.
Like, Halo just seems like the perfect thing. You can make the Xbox look like a warthog or something, and then put in the Halo controllers. They sold Halo controllers. I said it before. I was mad when my bumper broke off the Halo like controller. And that's kind of where Xbox has gone, is they have more custom marketed, or you can kind of customize the looks of the controller, especially with Design Labs now. You can get it in like 5 new colors, like baby blue or dark silver, or what I'm making stuff up right now.
I know, and that stuff is cool, but come on.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not the same.
I'm tired of seeing every like Inside Xbox episode spend like 5-10 minutes on how I can, color my controller now.
Yeah.
So, like, it's cool and all, but, as somebody who would like to get into collecting video game stuff more, like, the consoles would be a great way to start. Some of these, like, special limited edition ones, or that PlayStation does. They even did the one for, selling I forgot what the threshold was that they just hit.
Oh, yeah, this like, limited PS4 Pro. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, too,
Yeah, and it looks really cool. Like, stuff like that is awesome, and Xbox doesn't do it. I have a feeling that, like, okay, let's say, Steven, what you're saying is right, and I think it might be, like, they just canned the whole Project Washburn. Either that or it's delayed. So I just have this vision in my head of them all sitting in this room and saying, okay, we got a problem because we promised something to everybody, and now we're not going to deliver it, so what can we do? And the first question somebody asks is, okay, what haven't we painted white yet?
Let's paint it all white.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, 1X and Elite Controller. All right, awesome. Do it. Done. And I feel like that's the plan. That's their go-to every time is just make something a different color. And I don't know. I mean, it's a small thing to whine about because really all it matters is how well the console runs. But, like, when Sony's putting out cool, like, Spider-Man consoles and God of War consoles and so on and so on and so on, don't just respond by saying, oh, well, ours is white now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anything else, guys, on that?
No, not really.
Okay.
It's just the hype of things, like, because everyone's like, "What's gonna be? What's gonna be?" And it's like, "Oh, that's all it is."
Yep.
Yeah, I just like the more I think about it, we all watched Gamescom together. Was it last week, right? Yeah, it was, and that was like the worst 2 hours I've spent watching a video game like news coverage show. Like,
Yeah. For as good as their E3 one was, the
Yeah.
Gamescom was kind of equally not good.
yeah, I'd rather have sat through EA's E3 again than sit through that. That it just was not fun.
No, I agree.
No, it was not. And I just feel like they didn't have enough. I could see when they did that, why they didn't do a stage presentation. They didn't have enough. And they should have shown more Crackdown, because the game's done. But, whatever. Sticking with Xbox, guys, we talked about the rumored Xbox All Access last week, but now it's confirmed. It was confirmed early in the week by Microsoft, but it's going to be just for a limited time.
And the States only, so
Yeah, U.S. only.
no good for me.
Graham.
Yeah,
Like,
U.S. only. But, so, Steven, let me ask this, and Graham, you too.
I don't care.
Do you think... No.
No, I know. I'm kidding.
Because it's in one market, and it's for a limited time, do you think this is completely a test run to launch the next generation with this model?
Yeah, I think I said it on the show like a few weeks back.
Yeah.
This absolutely is a test. If it goes well, then they're going to probably look into doing it for next generation from the get-go. The problem is, I just wonder, you know, like in real estate, it's like location type of thing. Like I feel like in video game world, it's all about timing, and it does kind of feel like a weird time to launch this. But so 2 years, 2 years from now is probably when they're gonna, like, almost to the day is, or 2 years and like 2 months is my guess for the new Xbox console. You know, is this the thing? Like, they do it now, which is why it's limited time. They do it now, and it goes right in to the new console and doing it again if they bring it back, if it goes well. But again, that's probably why they're doing it right now and not like waiting a little bit. But I just wonder how many people are going to sign up just because it's so late. I think people that already have an Xbox or were going to get an Xbox kind of got one. Maybe this is for people like that have PlayStation. I'm like, all right, maybe it's time to get a second console.
Yeah.
And for some reason they don't want the Switch, or maybe they already have the Switch and the PS4, and it's like, all right, I'll get a 4K Xbox One X or so. I don't know, but I just wonder how many people are going to sign up for it. And I don't think it's a bad deal. I just think the audience that potentially could sign up for it is not there. That's what I'm worried about. And they might market it as, oh, it's a failure because it wasn't a good idea. No, it's a great idea. It's just who's it for type of thing.
Well, and I think it's all around the services that they offer. So, I mean, really what they're doing is putting everything behind Game Pass at this point. And it kind of stinks, like, personally, because Game Pass isn't really for me. Or really any of the three of us.
Mm-hmm.
Because doing this show, we get a lot of the games right up front. You know, we get them right away so we can talk about them. And so when a game gets put on Game Pass, like we'll talk about in a little bit, like, it's great for a lot of people, but for us, it's like, oh yeah, I've had that for like 3 years, you know? But I get who it's for. It's not for us. They already got us.
Yeah.
Like they're not worried about getting us, and they're not worried about getting us next gen either. What they're worried about is, all the people that are entering the video game market right now, because it's a growing market, and giving them a cheaper option. Now, how well is this going to be marketed at retail levels so that people know about it? Because I was telling people like that I work with about it, and they'd never heard of it.
Yeah.
So, how well is this going to be marketed at the retail level? How easy is it to sign up for? Where do you have to go? Can you sign up at a retail store, or do you have to go to Microsoft's website?
I'm guessing. I'm just guessing now. It's gonna be exclusively through their website. I don't think, or like maybe a Microsoft store. Like I know Toronto has one. I'm sure, but it doesn't matter Toronto because we're not getting that deal. But I'm sure major cities have Microsoft stores where you may be able to do it. But yeah, I absolutely see this as it's kind of like a trial run kind of thing, because basically you're towards the end of the cycle of the Xbox One, whatever the next one's gonna be called. So I can see this as like a trial and they want to bring in new customers for in the future. So this could be a good way to bring them in and more. So they're not saying, okay, why am I gonna invest all this money into this console when there's going to be a new one coming out, right? So they're like, well, just do like a monthly thing. And who knows, like this is for 24 months. This could be when the next console comes out. So then they might have some like incentive or like you can continue now paying towards and you get the next one.
And I think, Graham, you just hit something there. And see, what do you think? I think this, like you said, why do it now? If you're right, and I agree with you, that the next consoles are coming out fall 2020, isn't this the perfect time? Because that 2 years is going to wrap up.
That's 24 months, yeah.
Right when these next ones are launching, and you can just upgrade them into that at that point.
Hey, it's almost like I said that 5 minutes ago, and you guys just repeated it.
Well,
but
because
I just made it sound
nobody
better.
Listens to you. Yeah, Graham made it sound better.
Yeah, okay.
So, but no, I think so. We're all on the same page there, and I think ultimately it's a good thing for them to do. And it's going to come down to how well it performs, though. And I do worry a little bit about it being only through like Microsoft's site and not being able to do it at the retail level, because if these retail companies can't get anything out of it, they're not going to push it at all, and that's going to affect how well it performs. So there's that could have a negative impact, but
I just don't see how you do it at the retail level, because you have to pay a monthly fee unless they go like the phone route where like you can buy a phone at Best Buy but you're still paying AT&T the bill. So like you just sign up at Best Buy for it, but you pay Microsoft every month.
Yeah, that might be.
Or it could be a case where you buy like the thing at the store, and then you go and like it tells you have to go online and register and sign up here, but you can pick it up at the store. So something like that.
See, what would have been great if like a Best Buy, for example, if you wait for them to sort of capitalize on it and say, okay, if you sign up for this here, you get a free year of, and I know it doesn't exist anymore, but a free year of the Gamers Club United, that gives you, 20% off of a game, and that way, whenever somebody thinks about buying a game on disc, they're going to Best Buy because they get 20% off.
Yeah, but Gamer Club Unlocked doesn't exist anymore, so...
Well, I know. That's what I just said. I said I know it doesn't exist, but that would be, a way if you had a program like that to tie that back in, and it just seems like everybody's getting rid of those because Amazon just did away with theirs. So, unfortunate, but I think it just shows that we're going to digital now. More and more and more. So, all right. Let's talk about something good. Cyberpunk 2077 gameplay demo was released to the public this past week, and we all got a chance to watch it. So, Graham, what do you think?
I think it looks amazing. I think the game has some great elements to it, with like the chip and all that kind of stuff. And it's definitely CD Projekt Red, where it's for mature audiences, obviously. So that kind of appeals to me as well because it makes it more, I guess, realistic and stuff like that. But no, And I like how there was like a narrative over it to explain like what the game's gonna offer and what this is, and it kind of like speeds you, like gets you up to speed, so you're not just like, I don't know what's going on here. So I think they did a really good job showcasing what the game has to offer. And like they're talking about how there's so many different ways of approaching your quest or whatever. Like you can come in guns blazing, or you can go in and sneak in and take it, or you can go in and pay. Like they just give you like a ton of options. But the thing is, they keep saying this disclosure, like anything could be changed at any time, right? So I'm like, okay, so should I not get too excited? But I think they have great ideas planted. So hopefully it blossoms into an amazing game. But from what I saw, yeah, I'm excited for it. I don't really have any like red flags. And like I like how it's an open class system as well too. So you're not picking like soldier or sniper or whatever, something like that. So basically you decide and you mold your character how you want. So yeah, no, I'm excited for this game. I don't know when this game's coming out. Like what we saw was really polished and looked great, but that was just one little small section, right? So if it's has ambitious of a project as it seems, then it's probably going to be next gen console, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But Steven, you're probably the biggest RPG guy among us. Is this RPG enough for you? What you saw?
It didn't show me a lot of RPG stuff. It showed a lot of shooting stuff until, well, all right. I'm trying to put this into words. It was a lot of first-person shooter stuff. There was a little bit of like, you could see the potential, like with the implant system and with like if you upgrade like hacking abilities, you can go about a mission a different way. But she in the gameplay demo, she didn't have the high enough score. I think it was 5. But she had better engineering skills, so she took a different route. And like, so yeah, I think there is a lot of at least promise of customization. They didn't show it all that much. It was more of like, it was more than proof of concept. It was like proof of gameplay, but they didn't really go in depth into the RPG stuff. It was a lot of shooting, a lot of like, hey, these are how the environments look, these are how the characters look, you know, you kind of see the music and everything. And it looks great. I trust CG Project Red. Witcher 2 was great and Witcher 3 was phenomenal. I think this was more to showcase that they could do shooting like as well, because they've only ever done like fantasy. And the RPG in The Witcher, like the leveling up stuff and all that was good there, the crafting and stuff. So I don't think they needed to show as much. I think shooting was what people were kind of worried about a little bit, you know, so they kind of probably did focus a little more on that. But yeah, I'm super interested in this game. Like there was a couple moments in the trailer that took me out of it. There was one thing where she's in slow motion and she shoots the guy's legs off, and like the subtitles, he's like, "Oh my blank knees," but before he like finishes talking, she blows his head off, but the line still plays. And I know it's a pre-alpha, so I'm not like judging it harshly, but that's something that you need to like be cognizant of when you're making a game that has like slow motion, because it does kind of take you out if they don't have a head but their line still fully plays as opposed to getting cut off, you know? And again, it's the alpha. I'm not judging it, but I'm just saying, like, that was one thing that I noticed that stood out to me for some reason, and I was like, I kind of chuckled, and I'm like, you know, whatever. But
so let me ask you, that based on the amount of hype that surrounded this demo back at E3 and since, did it live up to that for you, or do you think the hype train just got going too fast and raised the bar too high for you?
I don't know if my hype went down before I watched this demo to the point where like I'm less hyped than I was during E3. But I think a lot of it is because I know it's not coming super soon. I still think it could potentially get a tentative release date for next fall. I have a feeling where it's more likely going to be a spring of 2020 title.
Yeah.
I hope not, but I think my hype's gone down a lot since E3, and I think it was before this. If I was at the hype level of where I was at E3, I think I would have watched the trailer a little differently though, and been like super into everything. Probably watched it more than once, to be honest, and tried to like pick apart every little thing, and I didn't do that. So I mean, I'm hyped, but I'm not like crazy hyped, and I'm happy that I'm not.
Yeah, and I'll answer on that question too, because when, like, I knew it was behind closed doors and nobody knew about it and stuff like that, but there was like a few select people who played it, and when I heard their reactions, like they talked like it was the greatest thing in the world, like, and when I watched it, like it looked amazing and all that stuff, but it like I didn't really see like what they were talking about. But they were talking about like certain things, and I was looking for them in that demo, but I didn't see that, right? So I'm like, okay, maybe they saw something that I didn't see. But yeah, I'm still excited about it. I'm not like as blown away as I thought I was going to be when I saw it, because I'm like, wow, like they've been talking about this is the greatest thing ever, so I want to see this. But mind you, it still looks great, so I don't want to take much away from it.
Is it possible though that just being in that environment at E3 for those people,
absolutely,
like, you know, it's like Christmas, kind of.
Guaranteed. That's what I was going to say. Again, even like us being at home, like during E3, like if we would have been able to see that during E3 week, like us three, because we do the show and we did it we did it for every single conference, like we probably would have been super hyped for the trailer too. Even watching it at home, not being in there. But yeah, you feed off of people around you, you can feel people's reaction. But I don't think anyone got to play the demo. I bet you it was one of those cases.
No, it was, they just hit play on the thing. They saw the exact same thing we did.
Yeah.
Oh, you think that's what it was?
Oh, yeah, it absolutely was.
Okay.
Yeah, there was no gameplay.
There was no playable demo there. Because how much of a case, though, Tyler, this question for you, like we talked about Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, like in that, like its own episode a couple episodes ago. And we talked about how like they create like gameplay videos or just even demos where they have to do things in a specific way, otherwise it breaks for E3 and stuff like that. Like, do you think this was because they mentioned that it's all subject to change, and I think it's possible we don't see that sequence of events in the final game at all. I mean, maybe because they showed it to everybody that it will be. If you know what I mean? Because
no, I'm absolutely with you. I think there's a good chance they created this just for E3, as sort of proof of concept, proof of the world, you know, and all that stuff, and just to show what the game's about.
But they did say what we saw was like the beginning of the game, like it was like one of your earlier quests in the game. So
yeah. So maybe,
and she was level 2 in
like,
or she leveled up to street level 2. I think she was like level 4 herself.
Yeah. Well, I'm okay with it as long as they don't change the size of the puddles.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
God,
like as long as the puddles don't go away, we'll be good.
But I want to touch on that. Well, not that, but in a way for just a second. So after E3, the gaming community, like, basically, not all of them, but a small segment, small but loud, basically threw a fit. Why don't we get to see this gameplay demo? You know, and they just kind of went on attack about it. Now they finally put it out there. But isn't it CD Projekt Red's right, and aren't they right to say, we want to control the conversation around our game, which is still 2 years away from releasing, most likely?
For sure.
Yes, because I mean, you look online, people love spouting their opinions. I'm trying to control my mouth here. Spouting their opinions when they know nothing of which they speak of. Yes. So yeah, I think it absolutely is their right to control the talk of the game. Like, because people just like making up stuff or, you know, reading things that just aren't true at all and like taking it and running with it. And
or they have unrealistic expectations, or they only care about certain types of accuracy at certain times, and what else? I mean, whatever. But let me ask this. So I think gamers, I don't want to use the word entitled, but it gets thrown out a lot. Like, a sense of entitlement that, developers should speak right to them. And if you don't answer me, you're going to be in trouble. And stuff like that. Steven, you're a sports fan. And for anybody else out there that's a sports fan, Graham, you are too. You'll kind of get this. So, I'm a sports fan as well. I have my favorite teams that I'm pretty passionate about. Though, I don't get to, tweet directly at the starting quarterback or the starting goaltender and expect them to reply to me. I don't get to do that. And B, have you guys ever listened to post-game shows on radio where they do what's called fan line? Where they have fans call in?
I try to avoid it because I know what happens.
Yes. You know what happens though. So the worst is football. After the team loses. There are grown men either screaming into the phone, or I've actually listened to people get so upset they cried, and all of this stuff. And that is the audio version of every video game message board and comment section that exists today. Would you guys agree?
Yeah,
For sure.
People suck sometimes.
Because here's the thing, most sports fans, and I think the three of us are all included in that. We love our teams, right? Just like games, we love our games. And there are some video game series that we're very much attached to, right? Graham, you have Fallout, Zelda.
Yes.
Passionate.
Steven, you have a lot of your RPGs and your, Disneyland Adventures game next year. And, for me, it's Halo and Bioshock and to an extent Gears of War, stuff like that. But as sports fans, when our team loses in the playoffs and they're eliminated, yeah, we're not happy, but we don't go and start screaming at everybody and threaten, whatever and all this stuff. We just move on. And I think that's the majority of sports fans, and I think it's the majority of gamers. Do you guys agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think CD Projekt Red has every right to sort of protect the dialogue around their game, which is not a finished product. It's not even close. So for them to show up behind closed doors at E3 where they could sort of control the conversation and sort of, show off what they wanted to show and not let it get out into the court of public opinion where wrong information can run wild. I think they're totally okay doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Sure.
I still wish they didn't show this trailer, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because, it's just... I wanted to, put this game so far in the back of my subconscious that, I forgot about it until it was closer to time it come out. But if they keep releasing stuff, but then don't give a date... And Kingdom Hearts did this, too. Kingdom Hearts 3... put out trailer, and then a couple months later on the line they'd put another trailer out, or they'd release some little tidbit of information without a release date. And it was just oh, come on already, when are we getting this game? And yes, Kingdom Hearts 3 had a 15-year development cycle, but I just the trailer was great, but I want to kind of throw this out of my mind because there's so much good stuff coming out before this game, whenever it does comes out, And
Yeah.
I'm the most susceptible to the hype train out of all of us, I think. Where I get super excited and don't want to play anything until the new game comes out.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
So, Graham, any last thoughts on that?
No, like I said, whether they released it or not, it doesn't really affect me. When I heard all the hype, I kind of wanted to see it just from that hype, but now I've seen it it's kind of like a Death Stranding idea with me. Really, I don't care that much. I'm glad it's coming out, and as it gets closer to it, then I'll be excited and stuff like that. But like Steven said, there's so many other great games that I'm going to be sinking hours and hours and hours to that I'm not even going to be thinking of this game when I'm playing that. So why
Red
do
Dead
I
2?
need to worry about this game at that point, right?
Yeah, and like Red Dead 2, Graham.
That's what he said. I wasn't sure what he said.
for me, like, I'm glad I got to see it because of all the excitement that, people we know had around it. But at the same time, I didn't feel like I was entitled to see it, so I could go and pick it apart and whatever, That CD Projekt Red doesn't owe it to me to show it to me. That what they owe is if I give them $60, they owe me a finished product. That's all.
Damn straight.
That's it. So, I have no doubt that they'll give me that because they, like Steven said at the very beginning of this conversation, they have a very good track record. With the games that they make. So, no reason to think that they're not going to do that.
No.
So,
I mean, real quick, speaking of CD Projekt Red, did you guys see that that new Gwent game is now going to be its own standalone thing? Like, there's going to be a single-player RPG, like, of Gwent, where most of the battle systems are resolved, or most of the battles are resolved using Gwent.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Are you guys happy about that? You guys excited like me? Like, I love Gwent. So I am just so pumped that this
Wasn't that supposed to be like the story mode within Gwent at some point, and then it got so big they just made it its own?
Yes, that's
game?
exactly. Yep.
Okay.
And it's supposed to have like 20 to 30 hours of like content too.
Yeah.
Like, sign me up.
Yeah, my first reaction was like, well, that's kind of crappy because, they promised the story mode, and then they're just going to make its own thing. But then I was like, you know what though? That's exactly what Bungie did with Halo ODST.
Mm-hmm.
Because now it was just going to be like, I mean, it wasn't going to be story mode, but it was going to be DLC for Halo 3. And then it just got so big that they just made its own release.
Yeah, made its own release.
Yeah.
I am excited for it, Steven. I absolutely love playing Gwent in The Witcher. But I don't know how excited I am for this game just in particular for, like, I don't know how it's going to work and play out. And I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence of it, but I'll definitely be checking it out.
Yeah. All right. So let's wrap up news, guys, with this. There's new Xbox Game Pass games announced for September. I can't believe it's the first day of September already, by the way.
Yes.
That's insane. Graham, it's like preseason hockey is like 2 weeks away for you.
Yeah, it's funny because on my phone, like, I got these like widgets and stuff, and when I scroll down to the bottom, it shows like the next Toronto Maple Leaf game, and it's like September 18th. So I'm like, that's so close.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
but it's not really a game. That's a preseason game.
yeah.
Well,
the other day,
it's a game, and they'll probably show it on TV that I can watch. So
Okay.
it's just not an exhibition game or a
Sure.
season game.
Yeah.
yeah, like the other day I was looking at my phone and because I have the NHL widget too, and like it finally updated off of the last Stanley Cup game to the next first game of preseason. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it's already that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's exactly sure.
But even before that, it's the first week of football in 6 days. Is it 5 days? Thursday. So
5 days. Thursday night.
Thursday night.
And it's Eagles, right? Eagles playing. I don't remember who they're playing, but
Eagles Falcons, and tonight
Falcons,
today is the first day, or not the first day, but it's college football weekend. Big
That's
games.
true.
I think Notre Dame plays.
my team played Friday or Thursday night, won 48-10. So
Yeah,
it'll be one of their 3 wins all year.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. So anyway, back to September and Xbox Game Pass. So, but the headliners this month are Halo Master Chief Collection, and if you already own the game, you have a small 73 gig update to download. So
Small.
go ahead and do that. Yeah, I did that the other day because I have data caps, and for August I didn't spend anywhere near what the cap is. So I'm like, I'm doing this right now, so I don't have to have a count against September. But so you have that, and then Quantum Break as well, which I don't know, man. I love Remedy. I think Quantum Break was a little underappreciated. Like, it's not their best. It's not as good as Alan Wake, but it's still pretty decent. But it was a sort of a product of the time when Xbox was going to have their own like TV division and make TV shows and stuff like that. So it was kind of that hybrid game between the two. I don't know. Did you guys play Quantum Break ever?
Yeah, I played the first like chapter, and then I don't know
What'd you
why I
think?
stopped.
Never
okay.
played it.
I wanted more of like the superpowers. I guess I don't even remember what they're called, but like you could, what was it, like bullet time or stop time?
Yeah.
Some nonsense. I wanted more of that. It was like I wanted more because Mass Effect had some of the same skills, in some ways, but it had more of them, and like it was like kind of like wanting to be a little like that, but not as much. I don't know. It was okay. I mean, it's worth trying, I guess.
Yeah.
If you're like a shooter fan, and it's a TV show, also.
Steven, which one was in that? Was it Mary or Pippin in Quantum Break?
I don't know. I remember Peter Baelish was in there.
Yeah.
That's what I remember.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So, yeah, he was. Graham, you should give it a go.
I might. How long do I need to put into that game to finish it, would you say?
It's not that long. I mean, and especially now with the 1X, I think, you'll get what the game was intended to look like.
Well, you have the TV shows, though, so, like...
Yeah, I mean, you gotta watch that.
Yeah.
No, those are like 20-minute cutscenes in between. They're like a full-on episode of a TV show.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I think I'll try it out. Is it Xbox One X enhanced?
Yep, it is.
So.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
I'm on board.
And that's what people were most excited about Quantum Break, was that people that were playing on the original release Xbox One, the game was really sluggish on there for some people.
Okay.
So now that there's the 1X and it's kind of been enhanced for 1X, like, it should run and look like Remedy wanted it to run and look. So I would give it a go, Graham. Definitely. And I know you already have Halo MCC, right?
Yes, I do.
So you just got to download the update, which is basically re-downloading the whole game.
I think I've already done that, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, Xbox has been doing that recently. It's been annoying. We're like, it did it for Madden, Divinity,
did it for Sea of Thieves,
2, Sea of Thieves, and Halo, where the update is the full game. Like, really.
Yes. And like I said, there are those of us who have data caps and don't appreciate that.
Yeah.
So.
But
anyway, let's wrap up news, guys, and get into releases for the week.
I had one more thing
go
on,
ahead.
on Game Pass.
Yeah, I remember now. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Onrush was also added, and that game, like, I was thinking about buying it when it released, and it got added to Game Pass pretty quick. I've heard a lot of good things. It's like it kind of reminds me of like the old Burnout games, to be honest with you. So I'll give that a go.
There is some good stuff on that list. I don't want to run down like how many 6 or whatever. I just, but yeah, check out the list. There's good stuff there. And that's all coming new to Game Pass in September. So, all right. Let's head into releases. And I want to start with a game that's actually already out, but it was kind of a surprise. The Golf Club 2019, out on Xbox this week. And that is $50. It did go up $10 from previous releases, but they do have the PGA license now, so there are 6 TPC courses in the game, and you can play through the PGA Tour season. Cool thing about this is they added some multiplayer options as well. So now you can play alt shot, you can play like match play, you can play skins, all that type of stuff online with your friends against other people. So that's pretty cool. All right, Destiny 2 Forsaken, you can get on the 4th. And NBA 2K19 and NBA Live 19 both come out on the 7th. So if you're looking forward to a basketball game, enjoy NBA 2K19.
Yeah, and if you know you're getting NBA 2K19, you can get the prelude, which is like the first chapter of the story thing, right now for free to get started. So.
Yep. And then Games with Gold, new games for September. So we have the For Honor Standard Edition through the 15th. You can get Prison Architect through the end of the month, and LEGO Star Wars 3, The Clone Wars through the 15th of September. And LEGO Star Wars is a 360 backwards compatible game. That's it for Xbox. What do you have for PlayStation?
All right, so the first game, Destiny 2 Forsaken also comes to PlayStation on the 4th. Also on the 4th is Dragon Quest XI Echoes of an Elusive Age Alliteration Edition. No, I'm just kidding. Alliteration Edition was a joke because that's what Dragon Quest does. But that comes out on the 4th. If you want a really funny review, I highly recommend searching the Dragon Quest XI Kotaku review. It is 35 minutes long, but it's the funniest review I've ever seen, especially for a big news site. Definitely worth 35 minutes of your time. But yeah, and then on the 7th, there's a little game coming out called Spider-Man. I don't know if any of y'all are getting it, but yeah, that does it for releases for PlayStation. PS Plus games, you can get Destiny 2 just in time for the Forsaken expansion, and God of War 3 remastered for PS Plus. Graham, Nintendo.
Okay, sticking with Wars and God. There's a game called God Wars, and it is the complete Legend edition, maybe. And that is available September 4th. Also, September 6th, you can get the game Gone Home. And then to finish off your week, on September 7th, you can pick up NBA 2K19, which is also on the Switch.
All right. Sounds good. Steven, what do we have for questions from our community this week?
All right, questions. First from Zenyatta. What is the best indie game you have played?
Man. Actually, you know what? Ori and the Blind Forest.
Oh, that's an indie, yeah. Okay.
Yep.
I'd say Unravel's in indie as well.
Yeah.
For me,
Oh, yeah. You know what? I will switch to Unravel. Yep. That'll be mine.
it depends on the genre. Like, honestly, Divinity Original Sin is a indie game. I mean, it costs a full price, but it's not made by any of the AAA studios. That is one of the best games I've ever played. Kerbal Space Program as well, another indie game, phenomenal, super fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ori and the Blind Forest. Those would be my top three off the top of my head.
Okay, well, off the top of my head, because Tyler went with Unraveled, I was going to go with Ori, but then Steven went with Ori. But anyways, I'm going to go with Ori because Ori is a great game. Also, West of Loathing, I haven't finished that game, but I'm super enjoying playing that game.
Oh yeah, that's really fun.
I can't think of any other ones, but I'm sure there's many other ones I've played, because there's a lot of great indie titles out there that they don't demand a lot of your time, but they're super fun to play and enjoyable.
Yeah. I'll throw out Valiant Hearts too. That's a really good game.
West of Loathing's really funny. So like a lot of games aren't funny, so if you're looking to laugh and not spend a lot of money and
now that I'm thinking about it, we could throw out other titles, and I'm not going to change my favorite, but Gone Home, Layers of Fear, I really enjoyed stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of really good indie games out there. How about Rocket League, for that matter?
Well, I was going to say Rocket League. Is that's an indie?
yes,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it is.
Psionics, right?
yeah,
So, yeah, there's tons of great indies out there.
yes, there are. All right, Nuka asked, what other games would you like to see the community partake in?
Even though I don't play it as much, like Sea Thieves, that would be cool to see more people kind of playing that in the community and posting some cool pictures and videos and stuff like that, like in Discord and Facebook. That would be fun. Like, we're always down to play sports games, shooters, stuff like that. So I imagine when Call of Duty comes out, we'll do some of that. And Battlefield, same thing. Man, there's so many. Steven, how about you?
It's a tough one. I mean, Fallout's like the next big thing I think would be easiest for the community to play together. I know some people want to play Overwatch. In fact, I think we had a question like asking that. But yeah, Overwatch. So if you all are interested in that, like, just join Discord. If you guys have something you want to play with other people, like, Discord is the perfect place to match up. Like, I know Destiny 2's expansion comes out, so if y'all are wanting to play Destiny 2, I bet you there'd be other people wanting to play.
Yeah, and we just opened up a Destiny-specific channel on there.
Yeah.
To get set up to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so there'd be a lot of that going on.
So any game where you could play with people. Heck, we could probably even get, if we have enough interest, a Golf Club 2. Like, there's like what is it? It's not called a community, it's called something else, but they have basically like a group or a clan or something you could
within the game.
Yep. So yeah, just like let us know. Discord is probably the easiest way, just because you can have specific channels for specific things. But yeah, just if y'all interested, let us know.
By the way, can I call it something real quick before you answer, Graham?
Oh, sure.
So a few weeks ago, we talked about a little bit of Minecraft drama in our community, right? And I just wanted to just give a quick shout out just to our community in general. You guys are amazing, and I think we got really good evidence and proof of that this week. So there was a misunderstanding in Minecraft. So one of our listeners, his young child got a hold of the controller and got into the realm and did some damage, to put it mildly. And another listener who was in the realm but isn't in Discord, so couldn't see that explanation, thought people were just like tearing down his stuff and stealing his stuff, so he kind of retaliated. Well, we talked about that on the show a few weeks ago, right? And just said, hey, our community doesn't stand for that, etc., etc., etc. So this week there was a picture posted in Discord in the Minecraft channel of a message that the person who had retaliated left on signs. And just apologizing and saying, hey, I rebuilt, basically as much as he could. He's really sorry. It won't, happen again. He really likes the community, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That is what we love about our community. Like, people make mistakes and you own up to it. And he didn't have the information either, to be fair. So I just think that's awesome. I hope you guys agree. But I thought that was really cool. And I think it's everything we want our community to be.
All right.
Yes.
Thoughts?
But
No, I agree.
no, our community is amazing. I check in on Discord and I read and follow all that stuff. And when I saw that, I'm like, that's pretty awesome. And I'm like, he put a lot of time and effort to make all those signs.
I know.
Write that whole message.
Like a wall.
So I was impressed.
Yeah, that was really cool. So thank you to who did that. I really appreciate that. And it was a misunderstanding. We move on.
Yes, that does happen. And
Yeah.
for games that I would like to see the community partake in, and I know some people will, but I just say it out there so we can get more people, is NHL, because I'm always down for even doing like some drop-ins or doing some one-on-one. It don't matter. And Fallout 76, I think that game's gonna be really enjoyable. So good to see the community jump in on that one. And same with Rocket League too, just like little short games like that. And another game I was gonna say, it don't have to be this exact game, but a game like it, and it was Red Alert 2 on the PC. Like I had some friends that I used to play with that online, where you build a base, and then when you think your base is built up enough, you go attack. And I usually probably lose because I attacked too early, and I won't explain their strategy for beating me because other people use that. But like a game
we'll
like that,
figure it out easily enough.
game like that, or like Civilization. I know Civilization is a pretty long game, but you could probably dumb it down to make it a lot shorter of a game. So I'm always open to play those types of games. Just
And if anybody wants to play Steven on Xbox Live, he's really fun to play.
yes,
On Monopoly, especially, like games like that.
Well, there was collusion going on between the two opponents I was playing with.
he
so-
doesn't have ridiculous expectations towards trades. Not at all.
Yes.
Well,
Steven, there was no collusion.
There was absolutely collusion.
It's definitely not.
No. Oh, also though. Okay, I've been harping on it. Divinity Original Sin 2 is amazing. I've already said it. You can play a full game co-op, like 4-player co-op. So if anyone was interested and wanted to play it with someone, like, let me know, because I would be down. Because I can't get these two uncultured people to learn what a good game is, so I need some help from everyone else.
And since Graham brought it up, before we move on to the next question, the promise this will be the last thing. Since NHL's coming out in 11 days or something like that.
13.
Well, 11 for people who get the special.
Me,
like Graham
me,
is.
this guy right here, here.
Weirdos.
We will have an EASHL club, and if anybody's looking for a club to join, you're out there listening and you want to take part, join our community, and we'll get you into the club, and you'll have people to play with pretty much daily. So please do that if you're looking for that. All right. What do we got next, Steven?
All right, next question from Casey asks, do you think the Destiny 2 expansion will bring players back, or is it dead in the water?
Nope, dead. Not coming back.
No.
Don't even ask me.
No. My answer's no to both, actually. I think it's not dead in the water. It has a community of people that like playing the game and play a lot. That said, I don't know how effective it's going to be at bringing people back. Especially not with the price tag they put on it.
Yes.
So, I don't know. Like Steven, we go back and forth on it. really kind of want to. I feel like I should just because I've gotten all the other ones. But, man, this time I don't know. I don't know if it's something I'm going to stick with. There's so much other good stuff coming out this fall. I just don't know.
Yeah, that's my own. It's like I'd play it until Red Dead in 6 weeks.
Would you really even play it that long, though?
Well, I would freaking hope so. My bad.
Let's get all fired up about this.
Yeah. You can tell he's passionate. The passion.
Like if I spend $40 on this, I'd hope I'd play it for longer than a week or two. Especially with the limited amount of game time I have here.
How long did it take us, Steven, to get through, get to the point where we were just doing the milestones every week? Because that's kind of when it started to get boring.
Well, it was a good 3-4 weeks, dude. Like,
yeah, but we had the whole campaign, and you had to level up like quite a bit, right?
Sure, but we didn't do War Mine, so I don't know how long that'd take.
True.
Then I'm assuming there'll be a new campaign with Forsaken, so we have that, and then there'll still be hopefully more fun stuff. Because, like, to answer the question, like, Destiny 1, the Taken King did bring a lot of people back, but they also had the benefit of being new, so they kind of had, like, a little more leeway with, like, what they could get away with. Whereas this one, they should have known better than to release the game with limited amounts of content. And I don't know if there's enough goodwill from the player base to bring people back. But like you said, I think there's enough people that are already playing the game or still playing the game that will continue playing the game. So I think it will bring some players back. I just don't think you'll see the levels that the Taken King was. And unless the Forsaken gets an amazing review and like people are like, it fixed everything. If like IGN and Kotaku and GameSpot and Polygon all have reviews that like basically say like everything that we've had issues with Destiny 2 is gone. The end game's amazing. There's so much to do. You won't be bored. That's the only way I see it bringing people back that have given up.
So let me ask this though, because that's what happened when the expansion released for Destiny 1. Right? Everybody said kind of, okay, the game is like so much better now. It fixed a lot of these issues. There was a lot of goodwill around that. But I think that's because that was the first time they had done this. They learned their lessons, made it right, and then it was a much better game than on end. Do they get the same amount of credit for going through that entire cycle again?
No, they get no credit for doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. There's no goodwill from us anymore. Like, you had your chance, and then you blew it. Like, the Division 2 is probably actually worse off than... Because, like, now people expect so much. And I know we're not talking about Division 2 right now, but I am. They have no leash. Like they're expected to have good content through the entire game, including the end game. Like they don't have a leash at all because of Destiny. So
isn't that an unattainable thing though? Really? Like, because how do you make everybody happy? Because no matter what, there's going to be a segment of people armed with Twitter.
I don't know. WoW does it,
and message board accounts that aren't happy, that it's not enough for them, or it's not what they wanted. And they're going to be out there screaming and yelling, and there's people, like, I promise you, there's people like that with World of Warcraft too.
Well, that's probably true. But there's a lot to do in WoW's endgame, besides just the endgame raids and stuff. I don't know. You're probably right, and it's kind of reaching for things that just are, you can't get to.
A person often has unrealistic expectations. Now make it 100,000 of those people with unrealistic expectations that are all different. You're not going to make everybody happy. And that said, they didn't deliver enough on Destiny 2. They just didn't. So, but I don't know. It's not enough. As of right now, it's not enough to get me back. That said, there's a 50-50 chance I'll have the stupid game on Tuesday.
Yes, I'm with you. Yeah. All right.
I think we got time for 2 or 3 more.
Okay. Dylan A asks, with Modern Warfare 2 being released on Xbox backwards compatibility, like, is there anything? What other games are you looking forward to next? Like, anything that's not there that you want to see?
What isn't
There's
there?
one game that I really want to see that I will never see. Ever.
What?
NCAA Football 14.
Oh.
And it won't happen. Just because I love the NCAA series and, with the roster updates in there, they can continue to update rosters to current season. And that'd be great. It won't ever happen. Not a chance.
Yeah, I guess for me, it's some JRPGs like you can come on if all the Final Fantasy 13 games would be re-released, I'd think about playing them. See, I don't even know if I would. Like there's nothing after Splinter Cell Blacklist got up there. There was nothing else I really am wanting, because all the games that I wanted that I hadn't played on the 360 came. So there's nothing specific for me anymore that I'm looking forward to or want.
Graham?
Oh, the Mass Effect trilogy, that's already backwards compatible, right?
Yeah, I think only through EA Access, though. I could be wrong on that. But
Okay, so if it's not, then I would like to see that one, because I thoroughly enjoyed going through that, and that game has a lot of replayability, appeal to it. And I've only played it once, and I've wanted to do it, so I would like to see that whole trilogy on there. That would probably
it's
be
in
my
EA
name.
Access for sure. I 100% know it is.
Yeah,
I just
but that's
don't know.
EA
No,
Access, right?
it's through backwards compatibility, too.
Yeah,
Is it?
I think it is.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so my answer is
Graham,
not
how
that one.
surprised are you that we haven't seen a Mass Effect remastered trilogy?
Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought that would happen a few times, and it hasn't.
I
so-
still think it's coming. I think once Anthem gets released, and if they go back to making a new Mass Effect game, the first step will be a Mass Effect remastered, so people could experience it right before the game. Give them enough time to play it.
Yeah.
Tide them
Sure.
over type of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so, yeah,
Cool.
that would be mine.
All right. Yeah, we got time for two more. Go for it.
All right, Brian RS, what is a video game crossover you would like to see?
So what do we mean by crossover?
I'm
Two different
thinking-
games put together, or...
I don't know if he means genres. I think maybe Halo mixed with like Gears of War. If that ever got crossed over, I don't. It'd be feasible because I guess they're both shooters, though one's a third person, one's first person. I think he means more of characters than genres, but it could mean both. I don't know.
Okay. Graham, anything on that?
Nothing's really jumping out at me right now. That's a tough question.
Graham, I'd like to see Zelda and a good game. I'm just kidding.
Why would you say so much
I'm
hurtful
just
things to me,
kidding.
Tyler?
I'm just kidding.
So
I'm
hurtful
kidding.
you are.
Man, that's a good one. It's kind of a tough one. It's like whenever we get the desert island question.
Yeah.
Which I think we got actually.
We did.
But,
We did it sitting. I think it. Yeah, it's 3 questions down.
Yeah.
I would like to see a game where they pull in a bunch of characters from different video games, and and they make these levels out of the video games they pull from, and the characters
And then they fight
do
each
battle with each other. Yeah, to come up.
other?
We've never seen that before.
Like Smash Brothers?
Yeah, or PlayStation
You know
Battle
what?
Royale.
Yeah, I would like. I'd like to see this game where, it's a video game, but it's also real life. So, or it's, part of real life. So you can walk around in your city
Yeah.
I know.
and play the game.
Oh, where do you catch
Where you,
animals?
you
Animal
throw a
abuse?
ball.
Gotcha.
You throw a ball at animals because that's nice.
Yeah.
And then you can find other people who like hurting animals too, and have what's called a what is it, Graham?
A pokey date?
A pokey date.
Is that what it's called? No, but I have a serious answer.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
My perfect video game crossover already happened, and that was Final Fantasy characters mixed with Disney in Kingdom Hearts. So.
Okay.
But no, actually, a Halo Gears of War crossover, I just kind of used that
That would be pretty
top
sweet.
of my head, but that would be pretty sweet.
My money's on Marcus.
If Call of Duty had kept going into the future, we could have had Halo in Call of Duty. We could have had Master Chief.
Yeah.
That would have been kind of cool.
Yeah.
Has Master Chief ever been in a fighting game?
Nope, because Xbox has never done a fighting game. Like, even...
No, they did Killer Instinct.
Okay, I meant like the Smash Bros. Style, where they get their...
Oh, gotcha.
Because, like, PlayStation did it, too, with their PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale game.
Yeah, but, Steven, if Xbox did a fighting game, you'd have Master Chief, you'd have Marcus Phoenix, you'd have Dominic, and then you'd have, like, 45 cars.
Yeah. I know.
So...
So, I don't know. I don't know if this counts because it's the same company, but the rumor of Siri being in Cyberpunk, like, I want to see that rumor happen. And that's a crossover because they're two separate games, so, yeah.
Yeah.
But
right.
I don't really have a good answer for that.
No, I don't either.
All right.
Hopefully you can pick a good answer out of that, Brian.
Yeah.
Sorry. All right, let's go with the last question here. Mason Sheep. Since you have an Xbox, PS4, and Nintendo guy, have you guys thought about adding a PC person or having one as a guest come on?
I mean, we've thought about it. We don't want to, like, dilute the show so much that we're only, like, really scratching the surface on everything. And actually, we talked lately, like, we haven't had a whole lot of PlayStation news on for the last few episodes, but there really hasn't been a whole lot of PlayStation stuff. And we don't want to keep harping on the crossplay thing, because everything that can be said about it's been said. And it's just on them to do something now. We don't want to dilute it. And Mason, while you're there, if you hadn't seen in Discord, I did look into the Minecraft issue. Everything's good on this end, so you should be able to get in. If you can't, let me know.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm with you. It's kind of just a case of too much, I think. Even like in some of the busy weeks, we have to cut some stuff because there's just too much news. It hasn't happened in a long time because it's been the summer and there's been no news. But like PC just has stuff kind of constantly throughout the summer, and you have to get more into hardware talks too. So it's kind of not necessarily feasible to have a PC person. And I probably play. Well, I have I played probably the most PC games out of the three of us, but even that is nothing. It's like a drop in the bucket to most PC gamers. I rarely, if ever, play.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of my thoughts.
When Diablo 4 comes out, I will be back into playing on my PC.
Even if
I'd like to spend more time actually playing Civilization, but I haven't. So, it's always something, like, we're not going to say we'll never do it. Like, it could happen in the future, but a lot of the games, too, like the major titles, are on PC as well. So,
yeah,
like, I don't know. And with the Xbox and, like, Play Anywhere and the cross-platform, cross-play, so we do touch on PC sometimes, but as far as having a specific guy, it doesn't really warrant it at this time, for sure.
Once our global empire takes off and we can afford to add a PC person, Patreon, everybody. But yeah, if it's appropriate, we'll do it. If it fits in, we'll do it. We don't want to dilute other parts of the show, and make it more watered down just to have some PC stuff in there. Okay. Is that it, Steven, for this week?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
we can have one more quick one, I think.
Okay. Do one more quick one.
All right. Devin asks, is it worth getting a PS4 Pro compared to the Slim if you don't have a 4K TV?
No.
Yeah, I mean, it makes the games a little bit faster, but you could do that by just buying a SSD and putting it in instead of a hard drive, and it will make your games run faster. So, yeah, I would also say no.
I would say no.
Save the money you were going to spend on the console, get a 4K TV, and then when the next gen comes out, you'll be ready to roll.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yep. You can get a really good 4K TV now, like with true HDR and decent refresh rate for like, $600 to $800. I would still recommend staying away from the ones that are like, $350, $400.
Yeah.
But you can get a really good one for, that price range, depending on how big you want the TV to be.
And I would say buy a Nintendo Switch instead.
Graham? No.
Don't listen to Graham. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, Graham, because HDR on the Switch looks so amazing.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a 4K TV, so you don't need it.
But we're helping him get there. We want him to be future-proof for next generation.
All right.
Not last generation, like Switch.
Don't listen to him, Switch.
Right.
You're still the best in my world.
I know. Purple rainbow unicorn. Someday. But, all right. So that'll do it for questions this week. Steven, you're going to announce our monthly winner for August.
I am. So our monthly winner, thank you everyone who asked the question. If you asked the question, you were entered to win. But our monthly winner is Jennifer Crow from off Facebook. So send one of us a message and we'll claim your prize. Tyler, you want to tell her what she's won?
Yeah, you'll win a gift card for either Xbox One or PlayStation 4. So just gotta let me know which one you want, and we'll get that code to you. But yeah, for our monthly winners, please contact us. The nice thing about being a patron for our monthly giveaway of a full game is you don't have to worry about that. If you miss an episode and we announce your name, we're going to contact you. So that's one way to support us, patreon.com/gaminghub. Another way is on Twitch, where we're broadcasting right now. You can first follow us on Twitch. We appreciate that. But then if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get a free Twitch Prime sub to use every single month. And you can use that on us as well. But you're entered for a monthly full game giveaway on if you're a patron at $5 or more, and you're entered for our monthly general community giveaway just by asking questions to be read on the show. So you can do that by joining the community. Go to Facebook and look up Gaming Hub Forums, join that. And like I said, Twitch, TXH Gaming Hub, hit follow there. And from both those places, you can get our Discord. Go and join our Discord channel. We post questions thread there every single week for people to submit questions. So you can also find content from us on YouTube. And Stephen, pretty soon we're going to be doing another patron exclusive episode, yeah?
We are.
Like in the next few days. So this one's going to be sort of looking forward to holiday releases. Some of our most anticipated games and why. And that'll be out for patrons here in the next few days. So if you want to hear that, and you're not a patron yet, please check out that. So, anything else, guys, before we get out of here for 120?
No. That's
it.
Graham got things to do. He's got animals to hurt and...
Potentially.
Yeah.
Listen, you got to catch them all, right? And if you don't catch any, well, you're not catching them all. So.
Yeah.
Graham, why go out and catch Pokemon and have to walk around when you could just go to Twitch and watch the Pokemon TV show on the Twitch channel? They're literally airing the entire series, like all, like, what is it, 4,000 seasons of it at this point. And every Sunday you can see the movies. That's the always on channel on Twitch, by the way, for anyone interested. But that's what they're doing right now for Pokemon. So if you like watching Pokemon, you can go watch them all on Twitch.
Did not know that. But honestly, I was never into Pokemon until I started playing Pokemon Go. But now I feel like I would enjoy something like that because I'd be like, ooh, I know him. Ooh, I know what type of Pokemon he is. Well, for the most part. I'm no expert by no means. There's millions of other people out there who are way more knowledgeable than me, but it is enjoyable and it's relatable from the game. And I'm so excited for Let's Go Pokemon coming out in November.
You mean Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu? See, fake.
But that's
fake,
two different ones, though. That's two different.
He's really
fake Pokemon fan over here.
He's really excited for Let's Go Pokemon, and he's really excited for Fall Out Boy.
Yeah.
Probably with a new album this fall.
You guys are the
worst. All right. This has been episode 120, everyone. We'll be back next week with episode number 121. Until then, have a great week, everybody, and we will chat with you soon.
Yeah, this marked my 50th episode, by the way.
Yeah, congratulations.
Happy long weekend, everyone.
Which also means 50 episodes since we've kind of come back from hiatus. So, yay. But anyway, have a great week, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye.
Bye.